I'm
going to call a meeting to order.
Do you have your thing going?
I do.
I
don't know how I'm supposed to run
Yes,
this
talk
thing.
about colonoscopies. I think we can delete that part.
Supposed to run this thing and take notes at the same time. Don't ask me how. It's all good.
Yeah, nobody needs
All right.
to hear
I've determined we have a quorum, correct? Yes.
Correct.
Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda for today?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of the previous minutes. They're all in front of you, but you also should have received them from Austin.
No changes.
Yes.
Just need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Oh shoot, aren't I supposed to write down everybody who's here? KB, JC.
It looks good. It
DS,
looks.
JC. I'm so rusty at this.
I think we got the guy who adjusted it. It looks a little less creepy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks good.
We're jumping ahead a little bit, but that's fine. All right, updates from working groups. Well, I guess I'll start with this guy. So this is the revised. You guys asked for his eyes to look a little bit less mean, and for him to put some feathers on his, some hair on his chest like he had on the last couple. So are we okay with this one?
Yep, he
we
looks
happy?
cute.
I like Love it. it.
The only thing I don't like at the bottom is this little dash in between the June 3rd and 2023. It just annoys me a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
That should be a comma.
That should be a
So
comment.
we're gonna fix that.
Okay.
But other than that, he's sending me a high resolution file of his signature that we can put on the certificate that's going in Village Hall and then also on the t-shirt.
Super.
Phenomenal. It's really cute. I love it. I
This-
think it looks fun.
This is chintzy, but should second be like a number? I feel like that's not a word you typically see written out.
Oh, you mean like two?
2 ND.
Yeah. I think in this particular case, I like it written out because of the
Space.
spacing.
Spacing.
If we had a 2 there, that would shorten this and.
Well, you'd squeeze it all to the middle.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't know.
What do you think?
I have 0.
I like the way it
about
is.
that.
What do you think?
That's not going to keep me up at night either way.
I'll have him send me one and we'll just see what it looks like. How's that?
I just feel like it takes away from Marvin Day.
Okay.
Like, and it should almost be minor. Like,
Maybe a different color too, maybe red.
yeah, or blue, red or blue. But like, it's
I think if it's a different color, it's going to jump out even more.
it's
If you want
almost like
Marvin
a
Day to be the
minor, a
focus.
very, very minor detail. Like, it should just be really be about Marvin Day. And then, obviously
It's
the
the
5K
second
and the
annual
fun.
one. Kind of like as an afterthought.
Yeah.
We could reduce the font.
What do you have, Deb? Did you? Oh, I thought you sketched it
I
out.
don't know.
Sorry.
I guess you think if it was blue, it would stand out more.
Yeah, I don't like the
smaller.
fact that it's green.
Maybe blue and smaller.
Yeah, if it's the same color as the fun run part. My concern is that if you change it to something like red, red's a high impact color.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot
then
of
it will-
red, like
What if
reddish.
you-
It would jump. That would actually jump out first. But
What if you change it to the blue and the same font? It's 5K and Fun Run because the 5, there's a number there. What if you change it to that same font?
Well, that font is that chalkboard sketchy stuff. I think if you keep it the same font that it is, change it to the blue and shrink it.
Shrink it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
shrink
right.
it
Let's
a little bit.
let's look at that. See
I
what
think
he-
that
see what he
will-
says.
He's gonna love this. Thanks, guys.
I'm fine with it as is. So
He's probably
Don't say thanks.
he's like, how many times do I have to
Dirk.
change this damn thing?
Dirk.
Could have had that idea the last time you saw it, but that's all right.
Dirk
Moving
wasn't here,
on.
was he?
Yes, he was here.
Always,
Okay.
He's not always present.
5K.
I live here.
Okay, so updates from the working group. I'm just gonna focus on the things that are kind of due this month. I'm working on the 5K, finally got the vendor to respond after I threatened to never do business with them again. They had some issues with their software, this new customer service. They hired some help. Anyway, he and I are gonna meet and talk.
Who is that?
You are. So, and then Christina wants me to get at least one other quote just to compare. So I'll do that as well. My deadline for this is by the end of the month. So
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you all right now in complete transparency, I have no promise that I will have this done by the end of the month. And I'm okay with that. I might roll it into February just because it's budget season and W-2s and 1099s and, I'm drowning. So we'll see. But I will pick a vendor and, we're just going to go with it. But it may not be by January 31st, but that's my goal.
Okay.
Secure the coffee truck. I reached
What'd
out.
you find with that? Did
They're
they
just
ever
not
find-
responding, so I'm moving on.
Okay.
I
Which
reached
one?
out to the one that you sent me, the veteran-owned one.
Okay. There was one at our church recently. It was called Brew La La Coffee Truck. Did you see that one?
I think so. When did you send this to me?
Oh, I don't know. I might not have.
Did you reach out to them, or do you want me to?
I can help you whatever way you want.
I mean, if you want to reach out to them, feel free. Just let them know we're not guaranteeing any minimums, but if they want to be a part of it,
Okay.
they're welcome. But I did reach out to the Rotary Club because I've seen them do coffee tables
okay.
at various places, and I know she's been, like, she invited the mayor to go to one of her events, and she's been trying to get Marvin to join the Rotary Club. So, I asked them if they wanted to sponsor a coffee table, and I'm waiting for her to respond.
Okay.
And then there's also the
Okay.
Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts if we want,
Okay.
but we'll see what happens. Just gonna mute this. Hang on. Oh wait, this is the Rotary Club. Yes, that would be great. Let me discuss with my board and get back to you. Thanks for thinking of the Rotary Club. So
Oh, okay.
that sounds like
That's
it's
the
promising.
Waxhaw Rotary Club.
Yeah, it's Waxhaw Weddington, I think. As far as like creating the layout or the map and the route for the 5K and the road closures and all of that, I don't even know where to start with that, so I'm kind of hoping that that's not going to be on me, but it might
I mean,
be.
the
I
company
have-
should do that, don't they?
If you can get a company, send them to me. I've got 3 potential routes,
Okay.
one being last year's. If we want to tweak it, we can, but yeah, I mean, I can get with them on the route, the whole submitting road closures to DOT.
I think I can ask
would-
Lisa what she did last year and just have her send me like, hey, what did you submit last year? And
That company may know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like that should be like part of their,
well, it wasn't last year, and this is the same company, so
oh, okay.
we'll see. But they're a little bit
Different
different.
owner.
They're different owners now, so it's possible. I'll
Okay.
certainly ask. Then the other thing that was due by the end of this month was finalizing the schedule of events for the entire day. I think we should probably have that nailed down by the end of the month. I think it really depends on how it goes with the fire marshal who wants to come to Marvin Eford Park before signing off on the fireworks. So depending on how that goes and what radius we get approved for use at the park, I may have to scrap the community garden workshops, and maybe we have a gardening workshop, but maybe we have it up in the cottage garden by the parking lot, you know?
Okay.
Do we have that scheduled yet?
The workshops?
No, the fire marshal.
No, I don't believe so. You'll have to ask Derek for an update on that, but
Okay.
the last email I saw said the guy was out of town until after the new year, so I doubt that it's been scheduled yet with it being the 3rd.
Okay. Yeah, that's been kind of the thing. Just everybody started waiting for the holidays. And
Yeah.
Derek, you're getting the fire marshal scheduled?
yeah, my due date for the fireworks confirmation with him is the 15th.
okay.
So it's actually on my calendar to call Joel tomorrow, who's our fireworks vendor. Did you need other info from him for the fire marshal? Or just the
I just want to know if
fireworks?
the fire marshal says we're good or not.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I think it's time to start reaching out to and lining up our vendors for our health fair. So we have a pool of people from last year that can be a jumping off point that we can re-invite to be a part of it. And see how many of them want to partake, and then I think, did we set a goal for how many we wanted? Was it 25? Anyone remember? Do we have a goal for how many vendors we want?
I don't remember for the health fair.
Last year we had like 12 to 15, something like that.
I mean, if we can get 15 to 20, I think we're doing good.
Okay.
I mean, 20 as a target sounds like a nice round number.
Where are they set up on here?
They're
They're
at the elementary
that's at the
school.
elementary
Oh,
school.
elementary school.
And then are we charging a fee?
I mean, a lot of these are sponsors, so they're already paying.
Well, only like 2 were sponsors last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Piedmont,
I say.
Eye Care, and we gave it to them free. Well, everybody was free, but I wouldn't charge them. That
Yeah, I
would
was
be their
gonna
booth
say,
space.
if they're
Free to sponsors.
If they're, free to
Yeah.
sponsors and
$50
bucks
booth fee. I've been thinking about doing
It's only
$100.
it's only like
for
a 3 to 4 hour event, so I
Yeah,
think
okay.
I might do like 25
$25?
bucks.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
not all day long like if some of
Okay.
the others. All right.
Are they outside or inside? Remind me.
Outside.
Outside. Okay.
With an
Outside with
inside for
inside
rain
Okay.
backup plan. Okay, so I guess the question is,
No, for the health fair vendors, what are we talking about? I wasn't on property
Well,
last
we-
year, so we're talking.
we did exercise people, we
So
did
yeah, so fitness.
fitness, we did, karate, anything that's like about
Oh.
fitness movement.
Okay.
We had a girl that did yoga, we had a girl that sold supplements, we
Yeah, I was gonna
had
say, like,
So
I
okay, so
feel
we have
like-
people selling stuff as opposed to just
Yeah.
information. you
yeah,
know,
we
like-
had people
okay.
that do boot camps and really anybody
Or
that
even like all natural, like organic products that.
yeah, we had all kinds of people.
You want
Okay.
a list?
No, I don't need a list.
Okay.
Unless Jen wants it. You
So
want
if anybody would like to help, I can get us off the blank page by messaging all of the people that did it last year and see how many want to do it again and kind of let them know we're making some tweaks and changes to it, because I think last year we had one person that had to leave early, and when she broke down and started leaving, everybody
else
broke
did?
down and
Oh,
left.
no.
And I was outside dealing with other stuff, so I didn't know it, and then I came in and I was like, holy crap, where did everybody go? They all just like, so it was just a whatever miscommunication, but
Well, now that I know, I just wanted to clarify what the people were, so that if I know some people,
yeah,
I can send them away.
yeah, I mean,
If it's
Do you want the
appropriate.
list of who did?
I'll print it out.
Yeah, if we can just share the list that we had, just so we
Okay.
don't duplicate
Yeah,
any
like-
efforts.
I go to Hot Works over there by Sprouts, and she is super helpful with just, like, she lets me put free appetizer cards on the counter, and I bet she would do a booth,
Yeah.
because she's got.
Do a booth and ask if she wants to be a sponsor too.
Oh, you
Anybody,
know what? I
like-
did. No, I did not yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say anybody that like we're asking like if they want to be like a booth, like ask them if they
Yeah.
want to be a sponsor, because
And
then
they'll
they
get
get a
the
booth
booth
for
for free.
free.
Booth for free.
that's not,
Okay.
look at you.
Look at me, look at me.
That's our free.
And I mean, I would throw that in there, like when you're reaching out
Yeah.
to these people. Hey, it's gonna be this, but I mean, granted, the sponsorship's more, but you'll
They'll
have
also
But
get
then you
a lot
have
of
our logo on
advertising
stuff
and-
and,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. So I think it's time to start kind of nailing down the vendor fair a little bit. And that's, besides that and the 5K, that's really the only 2 things left besides the coffee, which I think we're pretty close to nailing down.
Okay, so at this point, we're reaching out to them saying, are you interested? And then they say, yes, we're interested. And then at some point, we have to figure out for sure if the $25 fee is what we're doing.
I say that's what we're
I
doing.
think we should
This-
do it,
okay,
yeah.
that's just officially what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless they want to be a sponsor, and then they get that for free.
Okay. And then we need to have, so I guess I'm sort of asking this because I know we're going to get to the art stuff in a minute. Is then what's the process for them actually saying I'm committing and paying their stuff?
The
Who do
health
they
fair
contact?
vendors.
Yeah.
I'll probably create a form for them to fill out online.
When do we want them to
Commit by. If they want to be a sponsor, they have to commit sooner because I need their stuff for the t-shirt.
Well,
But
that's-
I mean, I'll accept people right up through May. I don't care.
Okay. Well, that was going to be my next question. Is we need when we get to sponsors,
As long as I have spots,
we need the sponsor. Like we need to figure out what
The
our
sponsor
deadline
deadline?
is. Yeah.
I think we have the. Do you have the sponsorship packet I sent you? Is there a deadline on it?
It used to be January or
February
December
something.
31st.
Oh, here. Yeah.
February 1st.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because you and I are the only 2 people that have asked anyone for money, so that I know of.
That's
Jill,
not going to happen.
Would that health fair list be on the B drive?
I doubt it.
Who's had it internally?
It's probably in half, 50% in my brain and 50% in my email from last year when I started and got thrown to the wolves. This year will be a lot more organized. Okay, moving on.
Hold on, wait,
What?
who's doing what with that?
Who's doing what with what?
The help the
and
vendors.
I committed to reaching out to the ones from last year, asking them if they want to sponsor, letting them know their booth will be free if they do. If not, they can re-sign back up at $25. We'll see how many we get. And it sounded like you offered to maybe help me get a few other people and places you visit that are.
If I would say I'm just knowing what the vibe is for the vendors on that, let me put some thought into if I know
Yeah.
anybody, and if I do, then I will definitely send them your way. Not my biggest arena of connections. I am obviously not a fit person.
So one of the sponsors I
You're
reached
so
out to was
funny.
Marvin
I only run with Chase.
Chiropractic.
By someone in a
So
clown
they would be
costume
a
carrying
help-
a cattle
They could be a
prod.
health booth.
What about a knife?
Weddington Wellness over there in Blakeney.
Maybe not. Okay.
Anybody that's
They
a
could
health
be
and
a
wellness person, again, I would
Like
prefer to
food.
reach out to them as a sponsor first and let them know that as a perk of sponsorship, they will get a booth at our health and wellness fair.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Perfect. All right, so we'll figure that out, but we'll get started at least. Get off the
Okay.
link page. All right, Marvin Eford Park, AM. The biggest things that are due. Well, I don't know why this is on here, but Jen, do you have an update for garden and artists for the night before?
No, I do not. So my update is this, that I have an interest form that went out in some of the newsletters to see if I could get any advance interest, but I think before the holidays and it feeling like it's so far away, people, I just want to keep putting it in front of people
Sure.
because it takes multiple exposures before
got the
people
email addresses I
finally
sent
do
you,
it.
right?
I did, in fact.
Perfect.
Thank you. So now that we are on the other side of that magical New Year boundary, it is actually on my to-do list for this
People
week.
weren't responding.
Yeah, it was. Everybody was just in this fugue.
I
So
was like,
it's now on my list to put this back in front of people, and to sort of chase people down to get actual commitments. So as I look at the garden commitments and the art commitments kind of separately, there are a few different prongs on each one. So the garden tours are obviously Friday night, and it's just limited to that. So I'll see what everybody's interested is in doing that. And then on the art prong, which isn't really AM anymore, but in any event, since it's related, sort of.
Firethorn
On the
AM.
art prong, we've got sort of the Firethorn Expo, and then we've got the night
Friday
before
night, yeah.
here. And as I get them to really respond, I'm soliciting like, do you want to do the night before? Do you just want to do the expo?
Or both.
Or both? And as I build that list, then we'll get a feel for what we're doing here.
Okay.
I am hoping to get a lot more of that information this month, if not official commitments this month.
And listen, I mean, I personally, I don't care how many we end up with. Like,
Okay.
if the response is not overwhelming and we end up with like 4 artists that want to be here, 4 to 5 that want to be at Firethorn, I don't
fine.
care. Like, it's really just if they're local to this area and they want to be a part of it and they want to showcase and they want to sell art, great. I personally don't care if it's like not a
Big portion of this whole thing.
and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to beg people and worry and be like, I really wanted 20 artists.
Yeah.
If we get 5, we get 5. And that just goes to show like, this is the interest that people have for being a part of it, you know?
My biggest concern with nailing down the interest for the night before stuff,
Yeah.
with the gardens obviously, is because that's a completely separate deal and requires its own
Yeah.
sort of planning. And then also for the catering and the planning that goes on here, if we have a bunch, then it sort of impacts our planning for that night.
Yeah.
So I just want to nail down that level of interest to know what we're planning for here, whether it's just council and a few artists, or if we have like a lot of orchestrating to do.
Perfect.
So that's my goal.
any luck on younger artists? I feel like, you know, there's probably teens or young adults that have some really cool stuff. We just don't.
I'm trying to reach out to some of the local art sort of cooperative
thinking-
things, like the art box down in Waxhaw,
Yeah.
where, you know, people can teach classes, but it's a little difficult to hit a particular age demographic.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like you got so many kids like selling stuff probably.
Have you heard of the group
online.
Charlotte is Creative?
yes.
So I know the 2 people that run it.
Oh, okay.
Matt and
I think
Sarah
I have
Olim.
I think I have that Facebook group.
So-
the groups.
I could reach out to them and see if they have any like South Charlotte Union County peeps as part of their Charlotte is Creative Cooperative and see if they know of anybody that would want to be a part of it.
That's the kind of thing I'm reaching out to, is trying to, and I've sort of, I've been reaching out in very specific ways, because I do want to try to keep them all local, and
Yeah.
that's been the trick.
Yeah.
is I don't want to just go put something out on some of the Facebook groups that are Charlotte-wide.
I'll text you Matt's email address, or his his phone number, and
Okay.
I'll give him a heads up that you're reaching out and why.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, I had by the end of this month, Derek to order the discs for disc golf. Did you get some samples in the mail?
Yes, sort of.
Sort of.
Are those samples?
I don't know. I just saw in of a disc
Oh.
bubble wrap packages
okay.
hit your inbox.
Yeah.
Well, I assume that's what it was.
No, they weren't samples.
Okay. Well, you feel pretty good that you'll be able to have the new logo from the branding group and have the order placed by the end of this month?
All I need is the logo.
Okay.
Do we want our logo, or are we doing like a Marvin Day logo?
Well,
I mean,
I don't
what
think
you
we're
just-
gonna have the Marvin Day punch list logo by the end of this month, are
Holy
we?
fuck, we should. Oh. Yes, we should. Like, it's, I don't know how.
So we
it's
want the
taken-
Marvin Day logo, not the new town seal.
Yeah, I would rather have
Okay.
the Marvin Day logo on there.
Okay, so
I don't know why we don't.
how about action item for Derek to follow up with Austin about the Marvin Day specific logo and its availability by 1/31/23. I almost put 22. I caught myself.
Yeah, I mean, they should have that done by then.
Okay.
And if not, then Austin can say, I need it by this
Right.
date. Like,
Perfect.
this one specific.
What is that? Reread that to me, please.
You're gonna message Austin to find out if they can have the Marvin Day logo ready before January 31st, 23.
So message Austin now, so Austin can ask them, and if not, then they can get
Because I'm
working
assuming
on
the
it.
committee has to approve it also,
I don't
right?
think so.
The branding committee?
The punch list. I mean,
Do you know how
the
long?
branding committee ain't gonna approve. I mean, it doesn't matter what they say.
Did you see how long it took them to approve the freaking tree?
Yeah,
It's fine.
I was in that meeting. I remember.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
Council's
Everything's
gonna
fine.
approve it, so if we have to, we'll jump over the committee so that we have that one specifically approved.
That's fine.
I don't think the committee, I mean, if we can get that to the work session and be like, are you guys good with this? I mean, all the logos, like, we were happy with in terms of, like, the punch list stuff, like the events. So
So-
we just need the Marvin Day one.
One thing I could use a little bit of guidance on is when it comes to the food trucks, I've got them all
You
reserved.
just totally, like, went from here.
I
to
am.
there.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on. We got our action items. We're moving on. I have a training from 2 to 5. I gotta go.
Whiplash.
All right, food trucks. I have them lined up and reserved, right? But because I am not agreeing to pay any minimums, no one is like sending me a contract to sign like they did last year when I had to sign that I would cover their minimums. So I would feel more comfortable if I sent a contract for them to sign. That just kind of, they are acknowledging that they have
Yeah.
agreed and committed to be
Here for that
for
day.
these hours.
Right.
But,
So what happens if they don't show
well,
up?
that's what I mean. It's
And,
like,
like,
what
and the
happens if they don't
location.
show up? I
Nothing.
mean,
There's no recourse on our end.
so then what's the point?
There's not one. It's taking up your time.
Because it says obtain contracts for the food trucks, and I just have these written confirmations that they've got us on their calendar, but
Okay.
That'll
That's all I got.
suffice. That's a
If
contract.
I think it's if they need us to sign a contract.
all right, I'm just gonna say subcommittee agrees, no contracts needed. I just don't, I would rather bring it to you all because the day of, like last year we had
If,
a food truck
if
not
nobody
show
shows up, yeah.
and if I have 2 food trucks that just bail because they get booked for something better, so they think, or someo's willing to guarantee a minimum for them, and they
Yeah.
just bail and don't show up. I don't want to be sitting there like, shit, somebody call Domino's and order a bunch of pizza. And then Christina's like, what happened with the food trucks? Did you
Well-
get contracts? Like, no, I didn't.
Well, no, because they're not sending it to us because we're not, and we will have no recourse. Like, we can ask Chaplain that question. I'm happy to take it to Chaplain at the meeting on Tuesday
Okay.
and ask that question. And say, do we have a contract? And if we do, then, I mean, no food truck's gonna sign a contract that says if you don't show up, we're gonna charge you $5,000. Like,
Yeah.
they're never gonna sign it.
Okay.
But
That's what I thought,
But let's
but-
ask
How many
Chaplain.
do
I'm
you
fine
have
asking
committed?
Chaplain.
Do you have enough food trucks?
I think so. We have a Greek truck and a lobster truck that are splitting the day. So one's going to be AM, one's going to be PM.
Is that Mr. Greek?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'll have to look.
Is that cousin's name? Is that the one? You know? Okay.
We have the Thrasher dog people that are there all day.
Is Greek morning or PM?
Morning. We have the taco truck going to be there all day.
Okay.
Well, she's more than just tacos, but
Pizza.
we have the Carolina. I don't have pizza yet. We have the Carolina funnel cake people there all day.
Is that the shaved ice people too?
Yep.
Okay.
I still need to reach out to the Reverend for Banks about noodles and
Craft.
pizza.
Yeah.
Who did you say has his contact info? Austin?
Austin does, I think.
I could.
So
mean,
I found
he's a parent at the school, so I can reach out to
It
him.
was called Fat Guy in a Pie Truck, and
I love
I
that.
found
That's
him on a
cute.
couple of like brewery sites. Like when I was trying to find like beverage trucks or tents. He seemed pretty. I didn't reach out to him because I didn't know if you already had a pizza one.
I don't, but I want to reach out to True Craft first.
True
since,
Crafted first, since
They
they're
offered.
Yeah, since they offered to be a part of it.
okay. And they have that cool red truck.
Yeah, I think the commitment that these people are making is just
To reach
business-wise.
out.
They're putting you on the schedule and they need to adhere to that as
And
a
if
good
not,
business practice.
and if
but
not, then I mean, I have no problem being like,
we won't
hey,
meet you
we
again.
missed you.
Yeah.
All over our Facebook page after you said that you would show up and then you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a Viva chicken truck too when I was driving.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like a food truck or if it's
It was
just
just
a
catering,
delivery
maybe.
truck.
catering truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, that sounds like a lot, especially if we get True Craft.
Yeah.
That sounds like we've got a lot.
All right. The only other thing that's due by the end of this month, I'm moving on, by the way, from food trucks, is executing the contract for the inflatables and getting the insurance settled with that. It says submit and obtain the permit for the Union County Health Department.
Probably for the health truck or for the food
Yeah,
trucks.
I can do that, but that would depend on if we have all food trucks lined up by the end of this month. But as soon as we do have all the food trucks that we think we need, I'll go ahead and, I know the girl, because she used to work with me on my pool concession stand for swim team, so I've done it a million times, fill out that help thing, so I'll do that. That's really it for AM.
Okay, Mr.
It's due
Marvel.
by the end of this month.
Mr. Marvel is waiting for you to contact him to do the contract. I said,
Yeah, that's the other thing. I need a contract to send him, or he needs to send me one.
okay.
So we can have Chaplain write one up again.
I don't know if he has one or not. He may
Right.
have one.
We don't have a standard contract, so
Yeah.
I could put something together.
Well, yeah, Chaplin's gonna need it, but he may have one. And then,
Yeah.
and then Face Paint Lady is waiting on you to call her.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know I see Mr. Marvel's information
Yes, you did. Why am I calling Face Paint Lady?
contract.
Okay. Does she have one or no?
I don't know.
Okay. Mr. Marvel and Face. I'll knock both of those out this week.
I'll send you her information right now.
Okay. And if neither of them has a contract, I'm going to escalate that up to Christina to work with
Yeah.
Chaplain on. I'll put that in her court.
I just sent you her information, and they both know that you're going to be reaching out because Mr. Marvel was like, "Hey, are you guys interested?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we definitely want you. Jill's going to be reaching out." So
Yeah. Okay, as far as the PM working group, Are we okay to move on from AM?
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody
that
have
was,
questions about anything?
No.
You wanna
Yeah,
show
I mean,
your-
if that's all we have for
Did you wanna go
AM.
over this?
Yeah, we can just roll into me. I've got two things. This is a preliminary, what would you call this, the map of site map, thank you. It shows the red circle, the second page has, where we're trying to get approved by the fire marshal for the fireworks. As you can see, it would eat into some of the park, but this one was the least amount of, park intrusion. It could potentially close off the community gardens. I have asked him to see if that line is flexible during the day. So that's fire marshal approval. And then this is just a rough sketch. Hunter and I are working on a more detailed, you know, as the activities come in, Jill gets them, whoever gets them, you know, she tells me where she wants them. We'll put them on the map. You know, we've got the field, we've got the barn, we've got the picnic tables. There's many areas in that whole activities area to work with. I assumed that there were going to be some people that parked in the park, needed to park in the park, so I just went ahead and designated that for front parking lot for vendor parking and EMS and fire, any emergency services. I mean, it can hold 25, 26 cars, so I think it would be fine for what we'll have, and then line the food trucks up down the road and kind of split, you know, that kind of be in between the activities and the stage.
where are you gonna have the buses dropping off people?
I couldn't sleep the other night thinking about that.
Wow, yeah, that hurts.
'Cause I was thinking, if they just pull right up and they can let people out, then I'm like, he has to turn around to head back that
Wherever
way.
they're coming from, yeah.
And it's not easy to turn a bus around. And then I was like, you'd have to go all the way down and maybe turn around in the fire station parking lot. Well, they would hate that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a tough one.
it would be a combination of that front lot, or potentially, based on the size of the bus, maybe they don't come inside the gate. Maybe they just pull up to the asphalt at the gate, and then we have a deputy,
Stop
you know,
traffic.
safely back them up.
I mean, I don't hate the idea of just stopping on the damn street and stopping traffic and letting everybody out.
Yeah.
I gotta stop cussing.
He would just have to go,
Sorry,
he
people
would just have
listening.
to head back that way. He'd have to find a place to go down and turn around.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what do we know? What size bus we're getting here?
I don't know. I think Hunter's working on that. So
that
I'll
was,
text him.
that was gonna be my next question is what size buses and where are they coming from?
Yeah.
Where,
Where
where,
are we parking and shuttling them from?
right,
The schools.
the schools and Village Hall?
We don't really have enough parking
We
here
were
to
just
really
gonna
make
do
a
the
dent.
school, Marvin Elementary and Marvin Ridge.
Okay. That's fine. I'm
I
just
mean, we
wondering.
can take the front half of that front parking lot and
Well, can they not just, if you, okay, if
and
you
like they
pulled
can
in,
pull in there. There's plenty of room to do a 3-point turn.
pull in, okay, so you come in the gate, you hang a left into the parking lot, you basically stop, let everybody off,
Mm-hmm.
and then they beep, 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 out, and then you just back out. Because there's not gonna be cars. They're not gonna be,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like we can.
I think that's a
we can
better
rope
idea.
off whatever. I mean,
don't
even
even
if
think
it's
you
a
need to-
full-size school bus.
you don't
it's
need to rope
fine.
off anything, because if they pull straight in, like, and then just let everybody off,
Well, I would rope it off just to tell foot traffic to don't be coming in this area.
oh, okay.
Hunter's gonna pop in and give us an update real
Okay.
quick.
Okay,
All right.
sorry, I was just looking at this, so we need to add that.
Bus turnaround.
Yeah, bus turnaround. And then for the activities, Derek, I know we've got stage and seating, so that's over there. For the activities, we need a spot for, I mean, we need a
Bounce
list.
house.
Bounce house, dunk tank,
Dunk tank's gonna be over here by the bathrooms.
okay,
Because that's the water supply, so kind of over in this picnic area activities, that's where the dunk
so
tank
the
will
dunk
be.
tank will be over there. The
Um,
bounce house needs to be in that
The
field.
bounce house could be
In the
right
field.
here in this grassy
Yep.
field where we do the movie for National Night
That's what
Out.
I was thinking too. And you could probably fit both of them there, don't you think?
It depends if we do the big giant obstacle course one.
Here's what I want. I want measurements, and then I want to go out there and measure
Stake
the
it out.
grounds. Yeah, and literally, like that's why I need a
Or just
complete
get some
list.
Spray paint.
Yeah, flags, yeah, whatever. But
So you need a
I mean, you
list
can
of all of
loosely-
the activities.
Yep.
And the
then I-
size and the floor plan.
Yeah, and then I'll go do a plug and play and
Okay.
lay everything out. I can do a loose sketch and get some feedback, or I can.
So what do we need the biggest spaces for? The two bounce houses. The dump tank's not gonna take up a ton of space.
No.
All right,
But
so you got
you're gonna need a space for
But-
line, cause you know that there's gonna be a line.
2 bounce houses, a dunk tank,
Dunk tank.
and you need that near water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
The
we'll put that up by the
The
back.
face
The
painting and
face
Mr.
painting.
Marvel's setup.
Yeah, the face paint will probably need, I'd say put her in the barn. Or underneath the thing, cause
Well,
it's,
she's gonna have 3 face painters potentially,
yes.
so.
And then Mr. Marvel in the barn.
The barn is already gonna have all of the crafts plus all of the animal exhibits. So I
How
feel like
many?
the face painters and Mr.
Face painters.
Marvel
go
need to
10.
be outside. But there's also this whole kind of area right here. Kind of,
Where?
I don't know, this area, right here. I don't know what's going here. What's that area right there? Sort
That's
of
all
in between the
woods.
parking
Yeah.
and,
That's all woods.
That's the shop.
I would say put the face painter outside underneath, like the back, like underneath, like outside.
oh. We can also utilize this area during the day before, because we're not using the stage during the day. We've decided not to
No
do any
stage
type
stuff.
of entertainment during the day.
Thomas, Happy New Year.
Okay. Do you need us?
Oh.
Just looking at, we're
Um,
gonna go through.
we have to remember that it's gonna be hot outside, so I'm trying to put the face painter underneath the eaves, like where we set up the dogs.
Yeah. That's fine.
And that's a very visible spot.
Yeah.
She wants a visible spot. Okay, go.
Hi.
Hey, so I gave all this to Christina, and this is what we decided. I think it's supposed to be presented to you guys today. I can go dig up the quote if need be. Sunway charters, 2 mini buses. I think they're hold 18 to 22 people. The reason we did 2 is where we could utilize having one going straight from elementary school to the park, and potentially stop here if need be, and then one going from the high school to the park.
Okay.
And the plan was basically have them running throughout the day, and then if we decide that we want to just utilize the high school for parking for the night, or however we do it, then we can have, we can just direct them to have where we basically always have a shuttle at one location,
Okay.
like at the park ready to pick up people, and then at the school to pick up people, and they just kind of go back and forth.
Okay.
I think the quote was, I can go get it. It was, I think, like 25 or 2,800 for both of them.
Okay. That's not bad.
For the whole day?
That's not bad.
It's awesome.
It might be a little bit more than that, but basically, it was less than 4,000. I know that.
$5,000.
Okay. Any idea the length of that bad boy that holds 18 to 22
It's
people?
probably similar to the one that we had for
Yeah.
For here.
here.
Okay.
The ribbon
For
cutting.
the village.
So it's fine. Like that
Yeah,
would
it's not
totally be
bad at
fine.
all.
Pull in, back out. It's not gonna be like a charter bus.
No.
So it'll be they'll be totally fine pulling in, and then
Okay.
yeah.
If anything, it just might be like an order of what we had for the village hall, or for
Okay.
that. But we didn't go with Valentine because his only held 16. I think he only had one on top of like his hourly rate. It was more expensive. We got
Just
less
one.
people. Well, it was more expensive, yes, if we just did 1 and 1 with Sunway, but then we decided to look at 2, and I'll have to follow up with Christina on that, because I think we have to lock in that quote. Do you guys need to vote on that today? Because I can go pull that real quick.
No.
Or is that something that council votes on?
Yeah, it'll be able to come to council probably. I don't know. I don't know how we're doing it. No, I think we just tell council. This committee makes the decision. Yeah, can you go get the quote?
Yeah, I can go print it.
All right, so I have on here Jill to send Derek the complete list of activities for that day. And then,
Do we know how many animal vendors we have?
No.
Okay.
I
mean, the inside of the
I'll
barn
ask-
is big. Like, I always forget how big it is. Like, when we were there for the tree lighting, I was like, there's a lot of room in here.
Yes, but we were gonna set up a lot of tables for the kids to sit and do their craft.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of room for them to do that and to set up stuff.
We also have a photo, we're gonna have a photo, what's the word?
Booth?
No.
The Makey Mini
Opportunity?
people?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have some characters that are coming
And they
to
need
walk
shade.
around.
So
They need to be in the barn,
Yeah.
because those costumes are
Because they're
hot.
hot.
But they're only gonna be there for like, I think 90 minutes. But my plan was to ask the photographers that have come to the last couple of events and taken pictures for our residents and given out their cards. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
See if one of them wants to come and do it again and take Minnie and Mickey pictures in the barn with the kids. And then there'll be like a Spider-Man and a Elsa walking around for a couple hours, just randomly walking around and
Okay.
interacting with kids, giving high fives and taking pictures.
I want to give a high five. Want to give a high five to me?
He'll probably come and
I'll
dunk
high
you in
five
the
your dunk tank.
Hot dog. Are you guys going to do that? You guys going to try to dunk me?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure you've done something to deserve it.
100%.
All right.
Hey, can I run through this list and you tell me,
Yeah.
stage, dunk tank, yard games?
They're going to be in the yard.
Just tell me if
Yes,
it
yard game.
needs to be taken off the list. Inflatables, pet booth, face painters, nature tour, disc golf, porta johns, food trucks, staff, a swag shop,
No, I don't think we're doing that. And if we do, it'll be inside the barn.
putt course.
No, we didn't end up getting. Did
Yeah,
we?
I think we canceled
Yeah.
that.
You have to put Mr. Marvel on there. You had face paint.
Yep. You need
We also have the hair people, the hair tinsel
Yeah, and the
people.
hair
Mr.
tinsel
Marvel.
people.
And the hair tinsel.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that's just two ladies. I mean, they could probably just need like a table and a 10 by 10 tent, depending on where we put them.
Well, a lot of these vendors, if they do these kinds of things, they should have a 10 by 10 tent.
Yeah, I'm just
And
saying that for space wise.
Yeah,
that's probably all we
yeah.
need.
Mr. Marvel will definitely have a tent.
yeah.
Um,
And
But he's
But
but he's going to also
substandard,
have
you just
another
sort of-
twister. We've got him and a twister. Him and another twister.
Right.
and then, um, what about that big grassy area that might be in the blast zone, and if it is, that's fine. But the blast zone, I don't know what else to call it. Like across from the shop where you guys will park the trucks sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
over
that's
on
not
the
the
right.
blast
There's
zone.
that big grassy area. Is
That's
that something we
definitely
can
not the blast
utilize
zone.
for like?
Yeah. The
a lot
bottom, a little
Mo-
bit of it is, but yeah,
most
we could.
of it is.
No, it's not.
I'm
Look.
sorry. No, you're right.
Yeah, we could definitely use that
All right,
for
so
stuff.
keep that in
could
mind
be a
too.
yard.
If we
That
start
could be
to
a good
get
yard
crowded.
game
It could be a
space.
good yard game space. It's a little away from the concert and stuff, but
That's okay.
yeah.
But we gotta spread it out.
Spread
We-
people out.
We can't have everybody in the same spot. Okay. What you
There's-
got?
So yeah, it was $2,470 for two minibuses.
For $2,500.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And we might have to clarify with
Starting
them.
with what time?
I said 10:30.
Okay, until.
10:30.
All right. That's great.
Because I think
It'd be about
once you get over
10,000
12 hours too, and that's why some of this, the general terms, I think after like 12 hours of driving, there's some type of stipulations. Like, and that's why I also think having two will be beneficial because like they can take a break.
Oh, you absolutely need
And-
to. There's no way we could get it done with one.
And
People would be waiting. The line would be.
and then I think we just have like either we or whoever rides just tip the drivers. So we might just
We
might-
did it
might-
last time. We'll
Yeah,
do
so
it.
as the village, like so, just take that. under
I'll round it up to
consideration.
3. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I emailed this to you, Joe, and then if you guys.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Water. We need signs at the elementary school, the high school, and the park that says bus pickup here.
Mm-hmm.
Big signs. made so that people know where they need to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to signs and banners, that will be
Okay.
on the list.
Oh, no, let's just make sure we don't forget that because I think that's important.
Okay,
I mean, when.
Yeah, I think that field is a good spot for yard games.
I agree. And potentially,
My goal was to have you guys
so the
figure out
alcohol
how to
trucks
go
will be
in
showing
and
up for the evening portion.
Alcohol trucks, have you talked to them?
Okay.
I know
I
that's
reached
you
out to
too.
a few. That's some on my to-do list this week to hopefully have figured out for you guys.
Our goal is 2, is that right? Beer and then one that's either like wine and something else.
Yeah, I mean,
I read
one,
it.
I've reached out to some breweries, but I've also reached out to a beer distributor that would bring different, whatever, like breweries, or if it's, national or local. So they'll have a variety compared to like just one brewery.
Yeah, I like the variety.
But-
Good for you.
But no, that's
you
on
want-
my to-do list for this week, so I'll have
Do you
all
want
that.
me to follow up with some of them if you give me the
I think
list?
there's a
Yeah,
rule
if you
that I'm
want,
not allowed to work
'cause I know you
more
mentioned you
than
talked to
Yeah.
them too.
9 or 10 hours
I
in a
was
single
at the
day. So if my
restaurant,
day starts at
and I was
7
looking at their
a.m., I'm
current
off the clock
tax,
by
And
8,
there's a couple
and then I
local
will
ones
be
on
able
there, so I'm
to
wondering if
gladly
they're on your
partake
list.
in the
So if
beer
they're
truck.
selling them at the
So
restaurant, maybe I can
I'm
get
sure
them
there's
to
a rule in
actually
the personnel
commit.
policy.
Yeah.
So,
And that's-
that I
there's
can't,
not.
that I can't work more than like 12
The
hours
one thing
in a
we
single
have to
day.
figure
Guarantee
out
there's
with
not.
that is
But that'd be funny if there was.
I'll find it.
and then I mentioned this in the email, is the clarification that they themselves will have their own ABC license to serve.
right.
However, because it's a special event, and depending on how their license reads, we might still have to get a special event permit from
Yeah.
ABC, like
Okay.
us as the
Yeah,
village.
I think
fine.
the park has to, yeah,
Yeah,
from what I
so
read.
we might wanna, I'll talk with Christina, we might wanna go ahead and do that, where then that does provide us, we go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
Where then they either just attach on to that, because like I said, they've got their own license to serve
Yeah.
generally, but we still wanna.
Yeah, it sounds like they need
We'll have
that.
to
otherwise-
identify an area too.
Do we have to sign something and say, you know how normally I have to sign the ABC thing?
I don't know, it's whatever, it'd be something similar to what we did for, the Roman Cup,
Okay. Did I sign something for that?
probably.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll probably have to, at the park, and this is something that you probably have to discuss, is if you're doing it like at an event like that, you have to have a confined area. So I don't know if it's going to be throughout the day, or if it's going to be just the nighttime event, because in my recommendation would
nighttime.
be, if it's nighttime, then I would recommend just using the field as the identified area where alcohol can be served, and then we'll have to probably put up a rope or
What
caution
about
tape
Can
or
we
stuff.
park
What
them up
about-
here?
this area where we're going to put the yard games
Yeah, but
by the shop? Because they're going to be coming in.
What time
Just
are
for the
you
PM.
thinking for?
Well, that's the
them
thing.
to
I don't know how
sign
they're going to get down there.
So what you could do is if we do get two, you can put one up at,
Would the
The
park not
stage.
be a confined area?
I think you have to have a more confined area.
yeah. Like you're gonna, like, cause,
I mean, I went to the Renaissance Festival and you walk around the whole dang thing and
yeah, but that's
Oh.
a confined space itself, like.
Yeah, but it's the park. It's Freedom Park, right? And that where's Renaissance?
that they have their own park facility. up.
Yeah, I would say the park's probably a confined
See,
area.
I know
Yeah.
like
You got
at
one
Oktoberfest
ingress and
stuff,
ingress and
and I don't know if this is maybe
Gate?
because they have like rides and stuff
It's
for kids.
gated.
But Oktoberfest in Hickory was a confined area, but they had to specify.
Yeah, but it
within
wasn't at like a park. It was downtown.
Yeah,
So the park's probably confined
Yeah.
enough.
but
There's
There's only
we're,
one way in and out.
all right. So let's just let Derek figure out where to stick those alcohol
But
trucks
I was
for the
gonna say is
PM
if
part.
we get two and we have to have like a rope confined area, you can do one down at the yard games and one up at the stage.
What time are you guys thinking for those trucks to set
4.
up?
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 or 5.
Or it can just be with the food, I mean, like I said, we can
They're
probably.
coming into the park at that time.
Yes, and one food truck is leaving and one is arriving at that time. Also, they're swapping out.
I'll figure out, that's.
Is that a problem?
I'll have answers by next week. Or try to.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
It just makes for a logistical nightmare. I mean, based on where we're trying to put them,
Well, the ones that need to come and go
they'll be
need to be
last
at
in
the
line.
end. Except that if we're putting any of the booze trucks further into the park, they may have trouble traversing unless
What
we
is-
make it such that they can go around the speed bumps.
What is here, Derek? At hole 8, like literally the words. What is right there? Is that trees, or isn't there like a little field there?
Field is
Generous.
yeah, we parked 4 or 5 cars there at the trick or treat event. There's a trailhead.
Could you
A
not pull the
sign.
alcohol trucks right there? So it's a little less pulling all the way in. Have it roped off like all day, so nobody's like hanging out there.
Or
It's
can
not
we
very
move,
flat.
Oh, it's not.
Um,
Okay.
Can we move the food trucks down further?
We can definitely do that.
And then that will leave space for 2 alcohol trucks
you
to
can-
If
pull
we
up at
move the
rear.
food trucks further in closer to where the yard games are gonna be,
I mean, that would be better.
then it'll help pull the people
Yeah,
down
down
to the
there.
yard games thing. They can
And what
go.
you could
So
do
we
is
can-
if we have
Yes.
to
Okay.
rope it off, just start, because the yard games are down by the shed, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Rope off like where the
Tentatively,
yard games are,
tentatively.
and use like the road / where the food like as the
Yeah.
boundary up to the barn, and then come around the seating and stage area, and then boom, and that's one confined full area.
yeah, I think Derek's more worried about trucks in and out
try
with
and
people.
get in and out of the driveway.
if-
Yeah.
Could you put could you just put the alcohol trucks in front of the barn and have them pull in there? If that
I like
ingress,
that
egress-
idea
If
better.
that ingress egress is open,
It will be open because
Yeah.
nobody should be there.
Yep, I like that idea.
that's what I am. That's what I'm here for.
You're an idea guy. Look at you.
I gotta
Ideas
do
are
a
free.
meeting, so if you guys need me,
How will they
I'll be
get
back
there?
in like 30.
They'll just pull it in the driveway and go through the loop.
So they'll be able to squeeze past the
So
food
in the
trucks.
parking
No, we're gonna move
places
the
in
food
front of
trucks
the
down.
barn?
Well, we
I think-
can't. That's your blast zone right there.
No.
No,
not.
you've got from
Look.
Well, why am I looking at these dashes
I
here?
have no
They
idea.
can wrap
I don't know
up
what the
with
dashes
the
are.
concert
This is
and
your blast
fireworks.
zone.
that was
So
hand
look.
drawn. Don't follow that. Follow
look.
this.
Oh, okay.
So you can get in
I think-
here.
I
You've got all
wouldn't
this
necessarily
field
quote me
space
on
here,
that,
and you've
though.
got most of
Oh,
this
and this
parking.
is that old parking lot. That's where
Yeah.
I thought the food trucks were going originally.
So you could really
could
do
do that,
food truck
too.
here,
If
here, down like here, and have it down here. So then you can walk down here, do the yard games. You can be over here by the stage. You can do whatever's right here. I don't even know what's
Let's
right there.
do this. Let's take that first half of the back parking lot and do the food trucks and make a U shape with them and have like an alley, like a food truck
Okay, now,
running
Food
down
truck
both
cul-de-sac.
sides.
which I'm fine with that, but just remember you're going to have one leave and
They'll have to be on
3
the
come
ends.
in.
Well, that gives them 2 different exit points
Yeah.
and it keeps the driveway clear.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just more worried about the people walking around the park.
Well,
Well, just for somebody
So-
to go in and out, we can have somebody.
I feel like I already asked
Shepherd
this
them in and
question.
out,
I thought
you
I
know.
asked it of you because that was the
'Cause,
concern
if people
of the
can't
Greek
see a
food truck that said,
driving, like,
I'm nervous about
No,
leaving
but I know what you're saying.
with all the people. And I was like, well, we are going to
We'll just have somebody walk in front of you and make
we're
sure.
going to
they're-
have vendors coming and going. Like,
I mean,
But
all the
that was-
animal people have got to leave.
Yeah, I mean, people gotta
right,
drive in
but
and
they're
out.
going to be parked up here. So they're going to be going straight out. So at the time, I was like, we're going to have lots of vendors that are leaving, you know, packing up and leaving throughout the day. So we're going to have to, at some point, utilize staff to clear the road and stop traffic so that
well,
people
that's
can
why I
come and
wanted
go.
them in the front of the park.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, are you sure you want them down here?
We could use the driveway from the barn to the front parking lot as a line of other people that potentially need to exit. I'm just gonna have to see a master list of like who's coming and going, what time. I mean,
Well,
it's
we know.
just
Okay,
gonna
so
get-
where's your
Gonna
list?
get
So
complicated.
yeah, no, it is. Where's your? Okay, so you're gonna run down. So the dunk tank's already gonna be there. It's not coming or going. The stage is already gonna be set up. It's not coming or going.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have the twister people. You're gonna have the hair people. You're gonna have the face paint people. You're gonna have all the animal
The
people.
disc golf guys.
The disc golf guys.
the photo people.
The
photo
characters.
people, the characters. I mean, at some point, some of these people like that don't have to bring stuff may have to park
Mm-hmm. Go park
here.
and take a shuttle.
Maybe we say overflow vendor parking, park here,
Right.
and we just
After
say
you're
you
done,
park here,
you go park here.
you park here. But even if they're set, I mean, there are some people that don't need to bring anything, like the characters. They're not bringing anything. I mean, I guess they have to get dressed, but
Yeah,
I
they have to
mean,
get dressed, but
but they could get dressed here.
they're getting dressed in the bathrooms.
Okay,
At the
so
park.
so they can park here,
Mm-hmm.
have their costume. Because either way, they're gonna have to walk somewhere, right? It'd be better if they showed up at the park dressed. So if they could park here and change here, like we know that they're gonna show up at 10:30. I'll be here at 10:30 to let people in. They can change. We'll have a bus come pick them up and go, or whatever. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think. So we may this parking lot maybe like staff, council, vendor, overflow parking here.
Yeah, I mean, it works for me.
Okay. All right, look, you keep playing with it because this is gonna take more than us to figure it out right now.
Who's on this PM working group?
Christina, Hunter, Bob Marklees, Jamie
Jamie.
Line.
Who's on the AM?
Me,
Me.
Jen, Jill,
Me.
Austin,
Austin.
and then we're on this one too.
And Andy.
And Andy. And Andy. I don't know where Joe and
Jen Barbara.
And Jen Barbara,
Wayne.
because she's doing the
Yeah,
animal
where
service.
are Joe and Wayne?
And Christina,
They're at
isn't,
Marvin
like
Elementary
everybody's on
School.
it. What about Christina? She's doing, because she was doing the. Oh no, she's not on the
PMs.
group. She's
Yeah,
just,
she just shows up.
yeah. Well, because we tapped her for the.
Okay, so
Workshops.
Wayne and Joe are Marvin Eford or
Marvin
Elementary.
School.
Okay. I always forget. This is the overview. This is the big one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got time to figure that out, so
Okay.
we'll revisit that.
Okay. Derek, you keep working on it.
And well, let's wait and see what the fire marshal says, because
That would change
if this guy
everything.
turns around and says, "I'm not even okay with you doing fireworks at all at Marvin Eford Park," and it changes everything.
Yeah. But once you do get the inflatables signed up and that contract done, send him the sizes of them so he can start working on that.
I think what's gonna have to happen is that whole front lot is gonna be for parking. And the shuttle will just have to repoint maybe at that parking entrance.
Yeah, they don't even have to go all the way in. They just need to
Yeah,
pull in,
pull in.
stop, and
Yeah.
then back out.
Yeah,
I'll also ask every food truck if they are standalone or they're one that tows like a
Yeah.
trailer, and get their dimensions as well,
Yeah, that's good.
so we can see what we can fit. All right, moving on. I'm hungry. I'm getting cranky.
Aw.
I just need to go over
Getting?
this stage.
Kidding?
You poked the bear.
She's the one who said she was going to be absent the day that I'm prepping for my stuff.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
All right, we approved at the last meeting, Christina to pursue this contract for $38.61. That was for a 20 by 16 platform stage that did not have a cover. It was just a small platform stage. I met with the stage guy. I would prefer to go with this stage. It has a built-in cover, hard top. It is 4 feet bigger on each side. It is $62.20. So council only approved $5,000. So if we wanted to upgrade to this, I've got to go back to them for a request for more money. I have no knowledge of anything in the stage business, but I feel like we need a top. I don't know, were you just planning on kind of rolling the dice without a top?
So
Maybe she was. I think what happened, honestly, the reason he quoted what he did, he
He
thought
thought it was inside.
he thought it was indoors. Yeah.
So you weren't at the special meeting, right?
I guess not.
We had a long discussion about the
She
music.
made a motion at the special meeting that we had before the end of the year on 12/13. She made a motion. She was going to go back and have him redo the contract, make the stage bigger, and she asked you guys to vote to give her permission to spend up to, I want to say it was $8,000. I could be wrong, but I remember Her asking you.
You guys called me, that might have been the week that I was like semi-quarantined. And they called me later that week with some clarification, and she just said, we'll just take it to the subcommittee meeting and
Okay,
get.
so maybe it was 5 that
When
you.
did we have a special
12,
meeting?
13.
It wasn't for this.
No,
It was that
it just
thing
came
on
up
the
in
roads.
that meeting.
Was it the roads geobond
Mhm.
meeting?
But we ended up throwing a bunch of stuff at it since it was
I
the
don't even
last.
have this
meeting.
on my calendar.
Since it was the last meeting that we were gonna have before the end of the year, she added it in.
You sure it wasn't the 7th?
I mean,
No, it was after.
You sure it wasn't the 6th?
might have been the 6th.
I've got a 2:00 meeting on the 6th that we had.
Okay, well, anyways.
Either way, does that sound familiar to you? Do you remember what?
Bigger stage with the top. For,
Now, I remember we called you
Yeah.
for sure after that meeting. And we were like, Dirk,
Explain to me what's going on.
yeah. And we were, and
I wrote it on my whiteboard in my kitchen, so I visually remember it. He broke it down. If we added a top to the original quote, it was another
It was the
1,100,
13th.
and that was and all that is a 20 by 20
Yeah.
pop-up tent. I don't know. I would much rather, if I'm buying it, I'm going to get this hard structure so it's not a pop-up tent and doesn't blow away or cave in or anything. I just feel like a pop-up tent would look silly. I think this looks really nice. But
Well, that
again,
looks nice and it would be better for the lighting for whatever, because I mean, if you have just a platform with no cover, I don't know how you do the lighting for the performers.
the 5th.
But I also remember we were talking
It
about
was
the
a regular
performers
council meeting
will
on
not
Tuesday the
perform,
13th. December.
they will not put their audio equipment out if there's inclement weather. So it's not going to prevent
doesn't matter.
inclement weather from interrupting the show. Like, they're not going to perform.
All right, well, either way, they either approved her to spend up to 5 or up to 8. I'm not sure which one. We can check the minutes and find out. But if it was up to 8, then we're good. If it was only 5, then she'll have to bring it before the council again and ask for more money.
The only thing I see that we said not to exceed was for the actual entertainment. I don't have to see anything on here about, oh, here we go. Not to exceed $5,000.
Okay. So it was
We
5.
approved it with minor modifications, not to exceed $5,000. Okay.
So this is that, she assigned that to you after that meeting, and this is what he came back with, was 6220?
Yeah, I went out and met with him.
Okay.
We looked at the space. I thought that's all I was doing was approving where it was going, but somehow I got into approving sizes and changes. And again, he thought this event was indoors, so his original quote was just for a little platform stage, kind of like a gymnastics crew would jump on. But this, with everything, is over our threshold that has been approved so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the bands alone are costing over 5,000. So between stage and band, we're once again going to be pushing 12K.
What did we pay for a stage last year?
Probably around 5.
Yeah, I mean this is your light and sound. Sound adequate for 700 people, mics, monitors, digital mixer with tech, all necessary hardware set up.
But
and
even
delivery.
with that roof, he wasn't going to bring any of the electrical equipment if there was inclement weather. Because Christina had him on the
Sound
phone
mixer.
during the meeting, and she was asking, "Can we have it all set up?" And he says, "I'm not setting up anything outside in inclement weather." And she mentioned to him about the top, and I think he was at that point talking about just the tent kind of concept. But I remember him saying, "I'm not leaving anything out if there's rain."
Right. But if there's not rain, he was fine setting it up the night before because the gate locks and closes, and he felt like it was secure.
He was going to set up the stage. He wasn't going to bring any of the electrical. He'd bring
Until the
that
next day.
until the next day, which was fine. But I also remember we had some discussion about because he on that phone call while she had him here was when it was very clear that he had thought it was going to be an indoor thing
Yeah.
and not an outdoor thing. And so we briefly, or she kind of briefly discussed covering it. But what I gathered from that phone call listening in was that covering it wasn't going to keep
Well, look, 'cause
the show
audio-
going on. It's just probably just to have something to hang lights and stuff.
The
from.
audio is in a totally separate area
Mhm.
from the stage itself. Like it's further away. That's where the
Well,
sound
yeah, you get
mixers and all
those.
the
Yeah,
stuff
you get the stuff, but the lighting and everything
right.
So
is
what
going to
are-
hang from that scaffolding.
So what are we trying to decide on? If we want a roof or not?
I mean, I'm good with going as a committee, us voting. I guess someone needs to make a motion to approve or take it to a vote that we're okay with spending $62.20 instead and having Christina reapproach council
I'm good with
with
it.
that,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think we need to vote on that. We just need to direct us to do that at the meeting on Tuesday.
Okay, so we're all in agreement?
Yeah.
In case we need it, I make a motion.
Yeah, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, so we'll bring it back to Christina. She can bring it to council for a vote.
We already have the contract submitted, so should be pretty
Pretty straightforward.
quick and easy.
Okay.
Okay, the only other thing we had to do that was big by the end of this month was solidifying all of the t-shirt quantity and colors and how many we're gonna order. It says submit order. That doesn't make any sense since we have a deadline of February for sponsors. We can't be submitting the t-shirt order before we have all the logos, so.
No, but I think we need to just go ahead and pick how many and what colors and just figure that out.
So
We had
Derek had already
way
run
too
up-
many last year.
Way long time ago, Derek had already brought to us some numbers and colors for everybody's review.
Okay. Did we say okay for those?
I feel like at that meeting, we decided on some numbers. We were gonna order way less than what we did last year. And,
I remember Austin wanting dry fit. That's all I can remember.
Oh,
yeah, we had agreed on a better quality t-shirt. It was a little bit more expensive, but not dry fit. And we had agreed on maybe some colors. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, I can't.
So, do you want to send to me what you had, what you brought that day? And I'm assuming you don't want to continue working on that t-shirt order. You want to focus on logistics, correct?
Ideally, yes. I
Okay,
mean,
so forward it to me and I'll assign it to somebody or do it myself.
what do you need from that? We already have her quote for the prices.
Maybe
Right.
just forward me that.
We just need colors. We need to pick colors and quantities.
I'll come at the next meeting with recommendations on quantities and colors.
Okay. I think so just really quick, we'll have a staff color,
Mm-hmm.
the council color,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody else color. Which, who is
Give away
everybody else?
to
That
the
would be
general public.
Public sponsors, whoever gets those t-shirts, yeah, okay.
Can we put that stage contract on
Yeah, the meeting.
next Thursday night?
No,
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah,
Can it be in the consent?
no.
No,
I mean, it
it
could.
has to be an item.
No, it
Oh, because you have to
could.
discuss it.
We need, yeah, we just need to,
Okay.
but you could put it in there. You could put it in the consent. How everybody reads it. I wouldn't. I would just do unfinished business.
Okay.
All right, so Derek to send Jill.
T-shirts,
quote.
$8.50. Gildan soft for staff and council. 225 gray, 25 red, 25 blue. $2,200 total.
That was nice. Nicely done.
Thanks, Jen.
I don't know.
No
Do we want
music.
blue and red again?
Why not? I don't know. What's the 5K colors? Do we want to play off of that? Or
Or
our
green and
new-
red.
Our new colors,
Yeah.
our new palettes.
We should really pick a color from our new
the
palette.
old
What's
pe-
our new palette?
The old lady colors.
They're not old lady.
Apparently Derek doesn't approve of it. I mean, on this we've
like
got
them.
we've got green and we've got blue. I'd really rather not do orange.
No, I don't want orange. I will
Few
not wear
people have the
orange.
complexion.
Orange is not my color wheel.
No, it is not mine either. Greens and blues. I'm chill with.
I mean, I love that, like,
And
the
gray.
super dark blue that's on our new color palette.
It's like a navy.
No, it's like midnight blue. It's
Oh.
really pretty.
Okay.
There, Derek. thinks it's old lady boring. It's better than yellow and like baby yellow and poop yellow.
All right, so
Tell us how you really feel about
so
those
what she
colors,
just
Joe.
rattled off, you have somewhere that you can forward me?
T-shirts.
I got it from somewhere. I did not come up with that on my own.
The t-shirt quote that you got?
Pretty sure I have it.
All right, so action item, Derek will send that to me. And then I will look at the branding colors and make recommendations based on the branding colors.
Perfect.
Of what I recommend.
Yes. Fabulous.
I'm sending to you right now.
Do we want the Marvin Day logo on it or the town seal, the new town seal?
Marvin Day logo.
Marvin Day.
Okay,
Yeah,
just checking.
Marvin Day. That's what we had last year, Marvin Day.
It's a Marvin
So
Day
we
t-shirt.
definitely need the Marvin Day logo by the end of the month. So
Mhm.
that's got to be a top priority for Austin.
Austin.
Austin?
All right. I would like to maybe order t-shirts for every sponsor and every vendor.
Well, sponsors get T-shirts too. X
Only
number.
some of them. Most of them don't.
Okay.
So, but I almost feel like I want to ask the people that like
Yeah.
that are coming, the face painters, to wear the Marvin t-shirt that identifies them as a vendor.
Yeah, that's a good
They might resist for branding purposes.
I know. Like I see Mr. Marvel not wanting to do it.
Well, honestly, because like
Mr. Marvel's not gonna have a T-shirt. of it.
like if I have a booth, assuming I'm having a booth over at the art expo, I'm probably gonna wear my brand colors.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, or something that I sell
Yeah, that's true.
because I
Okay.
do sell some shirts and stuff.
All right. So we'll skip vendors. We'll just do staff, council, and sponsors and public.
Yeah.
But sponsors, we just gave them the public version. Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Moving on. These notes are a mess. Austin, I'm sorry. I love you. Subcommittee, we just have to decide on the t-shirts by the end of this month. We just talked about that. And that's it. Who's MC? MC is all over this. Can you think of who MC is?
The initials.
Yes. Who? Who's doing this? MC. It's all over everything, and I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna go Marvin Day committee.
But then she has sub, which is subcommittee. That's us. So I'm like, who's MC?
MC.
It's driving me crazy. MC is on everything. They have a lot to do, whoever MC is, and I'm hoping it's not a typo and she meant to put JC. Because look, right here, she has JC and MC working on this.
Oh, they're next to each other on the keyboard.
No, it's like JC slash MC.
Oh. Mary?
Who's Mary? Oh.
New girl.
Oh.
What's her
Is
last
it new?
name?
Did she add it? I don't know if I have.
What's her last name? New hire.
Kanyango.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, look at that. Look at her
Oh my
already.
god. Wow, that was good, Dirk.
Dirk.
That was really good. Okay, can we talk about sponsors?
Yes!
Okay.
Where's our...
I just need to know, like, when we need to have
Okay, so we have $8,000 in sponsorship money commitments.
Okay.
I
I just saw your
received
emails.
$1,500.
I feel like I've seen your emails. I swear Firethorn already paid.
No, the other people did. Your
Who?
pest control guys. Killingsworth,
Okay.
they paid
They
by
paid.
check. Firethorn asked me to send them credit card instructions, so that's what you saw.
Okay.
So-
I swear they paid though. No? Okay.
No.
I thought Jamie told me they had paid.
No. So they, I mean, I'll go back and look, but I don't.
If they just
she'll
ask
res-
you for it,
She'll well, no, she asked for it when she filled out the form. So she'll respond and tell me I've already paid, and I'll
Yeah,
be like,
okay.
oh my gosh,
That's
so
fine.
sorry. But
okay, so are you handling all sponsorship stuff? Okay, so let me go back. So Jamie sent out an email to all of our former sponsors, everybody that sponsored last year. Do we feel like we need to send that out again with your contact information?
yeah, I mean, I'm getting all of Jamie's emails, so any replies to finance@marvinnc.gov will come to me. But
Has anybody else replied like, oh yeah, I want to be a sponsor?
not to that email address, no. I already asked Peyton King State Farm, I asked Emmett Social Table, and I asked Jones Home. Jones Home said yes, they would do at least 5,000 again, maybe even more. So I just gotta follow up with my girl over there, but
We need to ask Beechwood.
Yeah, that's on Hunter's list. He's got a whole list of people.
Okay, well, that needs to be the conversation.
And then all these cards hanging in the kitchen
Yes.
are all people we should be
Yes,
asking.
our pest control people ought to be doing this. If Killingsworth is given $1,000, whoever does this
Yeah.
building should be doing it.
We're gonna ask Jan Pro, Groton, Blue Ridge. I mean, I'll ask everybody that
I
we've
mean,
hired.
all of our people that do stuff for us, AMT, I mean, you know, I'm sure Chaplin will do another one.
Tommy said he wanted
Tommy
to be
said
a
he's gonna
sponsor.
get a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
You just make the
that.
check payable to Jill Carilli.
Sure.
I will make sure it gets where
That
it's
is
supposed to go.
fancy. Do you like it?
No,
Yep, you're welcome.
it's got too many buttons.
Oh, you
Oh,
don't
wow.
like it? Oh.
Is it new? Did you already get it? Oh man, we didn't put our new logo on it.
I know it's got the old logo on it. We'll have to change it out.
Oh my god.
I like my little explore. I'm sad.
Oh.
So here's the
It's
deal.
pretty though.
I really don't want to babysit council members. I feel like you would be better suited
That's fine.
to that.
Put it
So
on.
can you
Yeah, I'll do it.
light a fire under them? Because literally none of them are doing
I
a
know.
single thing that I am aware of to
I
get
know.
sponsors. That doesn't mean they haven't done it, but they have not
I know.
reported back
I know.
at all
Okay,
who
so-
they've talked to or what they've done.
So
So
tell Austin.
unless you tell me, I'm going to assume you're doing diddly.
Tell Austin put that on the agenda.
So Weddington
I've got a bunch
Wellness
of
said
stuff
they
to yell
would
at council about
sponsor.
next week, so just throw that on there.
So
And do
Austin,
booth.
put on agenda to discuss sponsorships.
Yeah, and we as this committee need to pick a date that sponsors have to be done by. When does the t-shirt people absolutely drop dead last date that they have to have it by, that we have t-shirts? April 1st?
Yeah. But I don't want to do that again. I would like to do March 1st. Let's just get it done.
Okay, March 1st.
Light a fire under the council to move their butts.
Okay, March 1st. Okay. So we just need whatever you, if you get money or responses, let whoever the corresponding person know.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to keep bugging people if they've like responded and sent in like the form and stuff.
Right.
So I'm assuming the only people that have done it is Killingsworth, Firethorn, and then Valentine Pediatric Dentistry.
Correct.
For me.
And then Jamie had updated that you got a yes from Bombay Grill again.
I did.
So that's why I emailed
And
them,
I've got
because I
the
never got a
joint.
form.
And I got a thing from the joint. They're gonna do it.
Oh, I don't have that on the list.
Yeah.
So who else a yes? Valentine Pediatric Dentistry.
Valentine Pediatric Dentistry.
I can email this out to you guys so you can see who's a
Um,
yes so far, and we can add on to the.
So here are my yeses. Valentine Pediatric Dentistry, Bombay Grill, Firethorn, Piedmont Eye Care, so they need an email.
They can size up
joint
for sure. Whatever
and
size up.
Killingsworth.
I'd rather size up than look at different material.
Gotcha.
Now I've sent
I
emails to
told
other
them
people.
that's fine. I just let you know.
Bombay Grill, Piedmont Eye Care, Killingsworth, The Joint, and Valentine Pediatric Dentistry.
The
Yes.
sizes I specified were minimum.
Can I do
So
one to
I-
my dentist? Strive Dental Studio?
Did you already reach out?
No.
Oh, she's just telling me who she's already talked
Oh.
to.
These are all my
These are all
yeses.
yeses.
These are all the people that have said yes to
Yeah,
me.
you don't need permission. You ask anybody and everybody.
Well, I don't want to double up.
I don't know that any. Well, I'll send all of this committee the list
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
everybody who's on it. I don't remember Strive being on it from last year.
They weren't.
I mean, literally, like every doctor that you have, you should be asking them. Be like,
Yeah.
this is, I support you. You should support me.
Yep.
I mean, I've got my dentist,
You
Jason's
can add
dentist.
Is Passionate Paws on there?
too.
Oh, they were already on
Yeah.
the list. Yeah.
And then
Passionate Paws is
Weddington
not.
No,
Wellness,
sorry,
that they
Jennifer
would
Grill is
sponsor.
already on it. Who?
Weddington Wellness.
I'll talk to Dr. B.
There is a lot of Marvin customers at Passionate Paws.
Yeah, well, and if Dr. B had kids, I'd be putting them through college with my 4 dogs.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like me with my 4 dogs.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't even get me started.
With my 4 dogs?
No.
Okay.
The amount of
All right.
dogs at my house.
Any other working groups? Updates?
PM, just that we've booked the bands.
Okay.
Sending off the money. Fireworks, I have the PO,
Waiting
but I'm
on.
waiting to send the deposit until I know for sure it's gonna be a green light.
Oh, there's a sponsorship. Words, I can do words. There's a form for that lists out like the different levels of sponsorship.
Yes, both PDF
Is
and
that a-
there's an electronic, there's a
Is that
website.
available on the website? Like, Like, do we, like, if I go and ask somebody about
She
it,
said the
I know.
keyword.
She said the bad word.
You said the dirtiest word in
I'm
my
sorry.
vocabulary
The
right
website.
now.
even worse than Kim
website.
crossing on. Okay, so if I go and reach out to people, where do I send them to, or how do I?
Well, for sponsorships, that's easy. We have our own webpage for that.
Okay, cool.
tinyurl.com/MD23 sponsor, but I will email that to you.
I was saying, when you email the list of sponsorships,
Yes.
just give us the links so that if we're hitting people up,
but-
we have something easy to direct them to, or so that we can get a spiel down.
I gotta finish the website. I made a copy of last year's, and so it's just a matter of tweaking and removing things that we're not repeating and changing the wording on some. It's a draft right now, but
It's a pain in the ass. I know. I hate updating my
I mean,
website.
it's fine. I don't know why this is my job when we have a.
A website.
You know what? I'm gonna pass
No,
this on
delegate. That's
to
what you pay somebody for.
the communication team and let them do it.
Yep.
Because between,
Yep. You should.
well, maybe with all of the time that he's saving by having a communication consultant do his social media stuff, he can do the website.
Yep.
Somebody, however it
Yes.
works out. Yes.
Especially because I just had to take sponsors back.
I know. I'm
So.
sorry.
I mean, I'm not. We'll
But
figure
yeah,
it out.
I just want to. It's just, if I go to somebody like Dr. B and say, "Hey, do you want to sponsor?" and then she's going to be
You
like,
should take-
"What are the levels? What do I get?
You
What
should-
are we?
you
What's
should-
involved?" And
you
I
should-
don't remember off the top of my head.
I know,
so
but
just
you should
need-
print this off so that you have one.
Exactly. So I just
I'll
need to
print
know
you
where
off
that's at.
one before
so
you
it's-
leave, and then I'll
Yes.
tell you where it is
Or
and
a couple,
send it out.
because then you can hand them this, and then you also need the nice little letter for the
Yes.
sponsorship appeal.
Because I think I only have a draft version, maybe if I kept it, but I'm not seeing it right off the bat here.
All right.
So I have the T-shirt order down, but not
Yeah.
the sponsorship levels.
Does anybody have any action items that they had that they can remember that they want to tell me about before I vote to adjourn?
No,
this?
I still have a number 2.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Okay,
okay.
moving on.
It's
Number
me.
2, discussion of high school for Marvin Day
So,
2024.
for those of you who don't know, the school calendar has changed drastically for 23-24. School will be out May 22nd of 2024. There
Cool.
will be a good chance that we can probably get back to the high school in order to free up park space. So I just wanted to put that in this subcommittee's hat so that you can be thinking about it. So we may be able to,
Can we ask?
we can ask now, but they're probably not gonna, they probably won't tell us anything. I'd wait till the beginning of 23.
Because they'll still have to figure out when graduation.
But
be,
school will be done
Yeah,
by
done,
22.
yeah. Okay.
May 22nd is the last day of school, so graduation will be before that.
Okay.
So we could essentially have
Good
June
call.
3rd open up again, or June 4th, or whatever
Whatever
that
the
first Saturday
corresponding
is.
Yeah.
That's a really great call.
So I just wanted to put that in everybody's hat just to think about.
Okay.
So even though I'm super ticked about it, but it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now I'm done.
I'm gonna go over this is the new action items that I chicken scratched during this. Okay, Jill's gonna start reaching out to health vendors from last year. Deb's gonna follow up with the coffee truck that was at Southbrook.
Okay.
Jill's gonna follow up with the Rotary Club, see if her board approved. Jen is gonna start nailing down artists and gardeners and continue to work on that for both Village Hall and Firethorn. Derek's gonna email Austin that we need the Marvin Day specific logo by the end of January, period. What the hell does that say? Kim, okay. The subcommittee decided we're not gonna need contracts for food trucks, but Kim is gonna ask Chaplin at the next meeting.
You gotta put that on the agenda.
Do you want me to reach out to True Crafted for you too?
Yes.
Okay.
Deb's gonna reach out to True Craft instead of Jill. Perfect. Let me just cross off. Jill's gonna reach
I
out
think
to
I went from one that you
I'll
said
do the
before.
5K route and I'll keep working on the site plan. Per,
Jill's gonna call Face Painting
activity
Lady
list.
and Mr. Marvel.
Yep.
Jill's gonna send Jen, Matt Olin from Charlotte is Creatives info.
Mm-hmm.
Derek's gonna send Jill the t-shirt order
Done.
and quote. Look at you, Mr. Must be nice to have your laptop here. Just be able to shoot it right off. All right, let's see. We're gonna add to the agenda. Well, not me. Maybe Derek or Christina. Somebody's gonna add to the agenda for you guys to discuss the new stage price. Jill's gonna send Derek the complete list of all activities at the barn, even though he already probably knows them all. I'm gonna send it anyway, just as a backup, and then
And
it's in writing,
sizes.
and then I CYA. Jill's gonna ask the photographers if they wanna be present. Derek's gonna figure out where to put the alcohol trucks and all the other crap at the barn. and Jill's gonna send Derek measurements. Anything
And
else?
we need to add we just need to have a Marvin Day placeholder on every council agenda from here forward.
Okay, and then Jill's gonna tell Austin he needs to update the website. That's his action item.
Yeah.
Add
also,
sponsorship to every.
no, just Marvin Day. We just need a Marvin Day placeholder for every
Agenda.
agenda.
I feel like we already have one, but it's usually an update from me, whereas I need like this to be specifically
Yeah.
you guys talking about sponsorship.
Yes, sponsorships, whatever else we need. Yes.
All right, Jill to ask Austin about the website.
And then did you write anything on the back of that?
Probably.
Or-
Yes. Jill to reach out to all of the sponsors from last year, just again, because Jamie sent the first email out. And then Jill to email the subcommittee the list, the ongoing list of sponsors and
Sponsors.
potential sponsors, but I'm gonna add to it first every vendor that we do business with.
Yeah.
And then assign somebody to be the one to talk to them.
Yes.
And
And have that list for the meeting.
did I already say that I'm gonna send you guys colors that I pick from the new branding
Nope, but you
and
just did.
t-shirt stuff?
What else am I supposed to talk about for Marvin Day? Chaplain contracts, sponsorships. There was one more
Stage.
thing.
The
Yeah.
new stage price.
Okay. Is that it?
I'm gonna get with Hunter and
Think
figure
so.
out how to finalize the beverage,
Booze permit?
the booze stuff. Who's gonna participate?
That's about contracts.
And I'll try to get some sponsors
Cause
to
if the
pay.
face painting and Mr. Marvel people need a contract, I
Yeah.
just kinda need to know where to
Yeah.
get one
Okay.
and what it should
Yep.
say.
Okay. Yeah, so just make sure Austin puts a Marvin Day thing on every agenda and then I'll take it from there.
Oh, hold on, I forgot one. Jill's gotta go back to artist Ken and ask him to
Oh, yeah.
tweak this logo again.
Thanks, Bill.
Whatever I can do to help.
So June
So
30th.
helpful, so helpful.
So helpful.
I look forward to your input at every meeting.
Okay, what else?
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Is that enough? I mean,
Yeah,
good
I don't have the
God.
ongoing action item list.
I don't either, because
So-
Austin's not here, so.
Alright, so I make a motion to adjourn at 12:31 PM.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
Okay.
you.